I have to stick with my true words. I did say this a few podcasts ago, but I decided that I think this person's going to win, and I think he has the most experience out of anybody on this
He
course.
does.
And
Hmm.
so, number one, I do have to pick the McBeast, Paul McBeth winning the Worlds 2024. So I got Paul McBeth number one, Calvin Heimberg number two, Isaac Robinson, which is actually the formal um World's Championship right now, but sadly he's gonna get dethroned. He's gonna come in third place, Isaac Robinson. I got Joey Anderson or Joseph Anderson, or what we call him Buckets. I have him for number four, and then also I gotta go for Iceberg Gannonburg. Now I gotta talk about this real fast. Kyle, at one moment, I had Ben Calloway at fourth and Nate Sexton for five. So I want to let you know that it was completely going back and
Wild.
with like some oldies and like I'm telling you,
Uh,
at
So
one
so
point I had Ben
originally
Calloway and Nate Sexton up there.
your
So
last your switch in was Buckets and Burr. You originally didn't have them up there?
no, I did not.
Oh,
which
okay.
is crazy.
I think so. I'm thinking this. The reason why I'm picking these out is I'm capitalizing on the factor that it is New London is heavily woods, and it's definitely a lot of like crazy lines where it's just like the last stop that they played where if you don't hit the line properly, if you don't hit your lines properly, you're not going to win, or you're not going to win this at all. And so I was thinking of very more conservative players, and for some reason, Nate Sexton and Ben Calloway is like picking my brain right now. So if they make it in the top five, I'm just letting you know that I did mention it at some point.
What did I say? Go with your gut. So
I was
that's
gonna
it.
ask if you guys want to do like a sneaky player and like
No.
Well, I have a
Mm,
sneaky player too, but but it won't count towards points. But I will say my sneaky player after we get through all the picks, and you
yeah,
can say
those are my
yours.
sneaky
So
players, obviously.
okay. Oh,
But
I'll bring mine up too
I had
after.
one. I had one that I switched out. I had two. I had an FPO and a MPO.
okay.
But go ahead and Kyle, go ahead. I realized that I screwed up. We usually do FPO first because they play first, but we're going to continue with MPO and then go over to FPO. So go ahead,
All right,
Kyle.
so I'm kind of on your train, right? I am going to do the old school rivalry. I
Mm-hmm.
have Ricky coming in first, followed by Macbeth. Macbeth, of course, all the advantage of the world. He knows this course inside out. He put this course together. This is his course. It's his pride and joy. Wonderful course. So far, all the practice rounds I have watched, everybody seems to love it so far. So I'm super excited to see it actually being played, other than seeing it played 100 times on Foundation's channel, which is very entertaining. Don't get me wrong, but being able to see pros tear up this course now, I am super stoked about that. But again, I think Ricky's just been on fire lately. He had an issue with an injury during Idlewild, but he is good to go again. He's about 100%. And I mean, we all know Ricky is very smart player as well. He can hit anything, any lines and everything else. And I don't know. I think we get this back and forth again between Ricky and Macbeth. I have who's probably honestly the true favorite of winning this world championship right now. He's won 4 out of the 5 majors so far. Gannonburg himself probably should be the top player for all of us, but I don't know. It's worlds. Anything happens. Ricky and Paul just they come out to shine during that time. This is recency bias. I watched a lot of Ezra Aderhold practice rounds that's been going on, his doubles events and everything else. And honestly, he has looked really good on these courses. Really good. And he's also played this course a couple of times, visiting with Brody and everything else. But his lines and knowing this course so far has, at least on camera, has been really solid. And I had this feeling that Ezra's just gonna come out and show out for some reason. So I'm putting him at my number 4, and then Mr. Robot himself, Kelvin Heimberg. coming in fifth. Another guy that can easily take this down if he wanted to. Get that monkey off its back and hopefully take down a major finally. But I have Kelvin coming in fifth. And my sneaky play, I don't know if I want to say sneaky as top 10, at least maybe 10 to 20. Honestly, and you probably have an idea who I'm going to say. The other person that knows his course and just shot the course record on UDisc, Mr. Brody Smith himself.
Oh,
I feel like he can have a good world showing this year. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it was his time off and everything else. I just feel like he's had a really big mental reset and
yeah.
he's really enjoying himself again and everything else. And he knows New London. I mean, let's be honest. He plays a lot with the guys, with Hunter and Trevor and them. And he's played this course multiple times, especially during the offseason and everything else. I just feel like he's going to have a pretty good showing. And I think he's a sneaky play as well as this year.
Yeah, and again, that was a shocking name, like obviously my response, but if he loves playing this course and plays it a lot, like I said earlier in this podcast, towards the beginning, I was like, if he doesn't want to tour and he's not going to play well because he's not in love with it right now. He's just doing it because he has to, and then taking a good break and then coming back into it, you're like you re-fall in love with what you're doing. And so what a cool one, like you said, he plays it a lot of a good showing. That'd be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for my MPO, I am not on the Macbeth train. I heard you both said the same thing of he loves this course, he made this course, he's gonna do good on this course. But if I remember correctly, you both said that for chess.
Yes, but
And
this
he
is
did
Worlds.
he
No,
did
no, 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 no. But this is
no, 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 no,
Worlds.
no, no,
This is the
no.
purse is higher. It makes more sense. Like,
Okay,
Worlds is
anyways.
no, it's a
there's a
whole
reason he's
different
the
thing.
beast.
Yeah, there's a reason why. Yes,
I
you can get that
don't
seventh
care.
claw right now.
I don't care. And I understand that because he went into playoff last time to see if he would, and he won. Like, it's like, but no, nope. Anyways, so for my MPO, I have the one and only. I have Gannon Burr because Burr is on fire this year. Why not let him just have an incredible season? So I have Burr. And then I have Kelvin because he is the robot. He is going to play smart golf. And I feel like he's just going to be in the zone. And then I have Isaac Robertson because how can you not when he already won it before? He shows up when he needs to. I feel like he will. And then I have Kyle Klein. He's just been randomly popping up when he needs to and playing good. He played good last week and the week before. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put him up there. And then because I have to put my Eagle up there. It's top 5. There's a chance. He's been playing overall better, in my opinion. He keeps moving up. He hasn't gone worse. And he usually plays pretty good at Worlds because he wants to win a World so bad. I don't know if he's got it in him to win, but I think he maybe has it in him to hopefully get top 5. The other person I really debated on putting up here was Simon.
I
Same.
had him up there at one time.
He
too.
was in my Kyle Klein spot originally, and then something told me because like last week I didn't have Kyle up there, but I debated it and he did really well. So I was like, you know what? I need to go with my gut. I'm gonna put Kyle up there, but Simon was switched in and out for that position. So
Here's
I
my
had
hot take.
Simon
With,
winning it. I've had Simon winning it all at one point. Like
yeah,
I just
something's
Simon,
telling me that Simon's gonna
Simon
do
just
good.
feels like this could finally be Simon's Worlds, and it just
and I would
very
not be
touchy shots and everything else. You have to be perfect, and Simon can do it if he really does. If he's on fire, he can do it.
That's one of the names that even though he is not in our top, I would be so excited for. You know, like there's certain people where I'm like, oh, please don't because I'm like
100%.
my points. But if I see Simon up there, I'm gonna be like,
I'm rooting for him 100%.
Yes.
10 out of 10 times, I would root for him to win. Even if it was him versus Ricky, I'm rooting for Simon.
I just love Simon as a player. Yes. Okay, so Tyler, go ahead for your FPO. Yeah.
Real fast. I actually have a comment. So somebody goes 1 Gannon Burr, 2 Paul Macbeth, 3 Calvin, and then 4 Eagle.
Oh, so
All right.
it's around the same as I'm okay. I'm a fan of whoever that is for putting Eagle up there like me. I appreciate that because I'm never gonna get rid of the Eagle train that I am a solo person for. Um, but I'm gonna be the oddball. I don't know if Paul
So
can do
so
it.
my thing is I want Simon to win. My hot take on this with Simon Train is the factor is I think if he's not going to win a Worlds in the next 3 years, he's not
He's
going to
gonna
win it all.
oh, okay.
And he's going to slow down. Just the factor of um he's a disc mover, so like he's very much on the social influential side of things, but at the same time though he's a great player, and I'm not discrediting that at all. However, though, I do think um he's going to slow down at some point, and as him being a father now, and just I just don't really see him. He's missing more home than he is not, and so um I, as a fan of Simon, I would absolutely love to see him win. And if he wins this week, kudos to him. Now we have to do understand one thing about Worlds. Worlds is 5 rounds. Five
Yes.
rounds. Normally, time on the
Mhm.
weekend is 3 rounds, and sometimes we'll get a nice 4 round. But this is 5 full rounds, and so that's a lot of disc golf. You got, you know,
And
technically 2 or even 3 move days, like moving days. So
my
like this
question
is going to be intense.
my question, are both courses new or have they always played the Ivy but New London is new?
No, both are
Okay.
first time courses.
So
And
this can pull out
Ivy Hill is not your typical golf course. It has teeth. They don't
okay.
utilize it's not the bunkers and all that other stuff. Ivy Hill, they utilize the land itself and around the holes, and everything. Like it looks really good.
Awesome. I
Which is a
haven't
tease for
watched.
what's coming next year in the 2025 schedule for their announcement. So
Oh,
we'll talk about
awesome.
that too later.
Okay. Yeah, because I haven't watched any practice rounds. So I don't know what the courses look like, but I wasn't sure. I don't remember like I
Ivy
knew
Hill
knew
has teeth too.
oh, okay. This is so it
Mm.
that's the
Mhm.
thing I love about disc golf and for big ones like Worlds, like Tyler has said when we talked before this, when we were just like walking and discussing of like, do I do this? Do I pick this? It's Worlds. Anybody can come out of nowhere and
Yeah.
just have a great it's
Mhm.
5 rounds. That's a lot of disc golf. So go ahead, Tyler, for your FPO picks.
Okay, top 5 FPO. Um, see, so this one's a little bit different too, as well, because you have the women here that it just up and down every single week. Um, and I gotta tell myself this is World, so a lot of the players that normally play better are going to play better. So I would like to see her do it, back to back to back. So I do have Kristen Tatar in first place. I'm very hesitant on putting her in first place, actually. Um, I think you guys both are shaking your heads, but I don't think we're gonna see her until the
He
3rd round.
on the
I'm gonna be
walk,
completely
he
honest.
I
he
think
said the
she's gonna
same.
just sweep it again.
I
Are you gonna?
he was like,
I
do you
just I
think
don't
she's
She's
gonna
know.
just gonna
go?
sweep it again.
That's what Tyler
Just
when
like
we were
last year.
walking.
I think
He was
she's
like,
gonna
"Do
sweep
you
it again.
do you think she's gonna go 3 for 3?" I said, "Yes, no
I don't.
hesitation, no
And when
I
hesitation,
I say
don't know.
sweep, I'm talking like she's gonna be leading round one at the end,
and be done."
leading round two at the end, leading round three at the end, leading round four at the end, and round five just taking it down. Like I think there's just no doubts.
I want to battle. Anyways, um, okay. Kristen Tatar, apparently she's just taking it, but we'll see. I have to see it. I just think that she's gonna be slow until the 3rd round, and then she's gonna pop off third, fourth, and like barely make it on the 5th. Like I don't know. Something's telling. Anyways, let's just move on. First place, Kristen Tatar. Second place, I do have Silva Sarnen.
Mhm, mhm.
I just think that she's doing a great round, or just a great year. So I just really feel like she's gonna play really well. Um Also a lot of the European style disc golf courses are very like heavily Woods in a way. So I do feel like it's going to play her game. I don't know if she even does really well in Woods, but I just know that she's been doing great over there. She's been winning constantly over there, at least on the European tour side. So that's what I'm hoping, that it'll just come back in here. Of course, I have big money Missy Gannon for number 3. Fourth place, I do have Owen Scoggins. She was not on my list at one point, but I did put her up there. And then 5th, I have Holland Hanley. I think what's going to happen with Holland Hanley is she's going to be like tied for 2nd or potentially 1st at one point, and then she's going to do the most Holland Hanley thing ever, start choking 4th and 5th round, and we'll just go all the way down to 5th place. I will not be surprised if she goes even further down from that. But realistically, I do think that she's going to at least make it into the top 5. I had Paige Pierce in 3rd place at one point. I
didn't even consider her.
No, I didn't either. I was actually shocked, Kyle, because usually for bigger events, you do put, I mean, you haven't said yours yet, but you usually put her up there, and she wasn't on your top 5. So I was very like, oh. All right.
So for first, obviously, Tatar. No, nothing else being said. Although the only other person that I would consider winning this event, because it's very touch and, precise shots, is my 3rd place finisher. But for 2nd, I have Evelina. 3rd, I have Owen Scoggins, which again, if anybody could take this course down because of just playing smart, precise, making huge putts, it can be Owen, even though I have her in 3rd. Holland Hanley, I have at 4th, and Big Money Missy, I have at 5th place. No
So
Silva.
yeah,
Which I've been riding that train forever.
Yes.
But now that we're back over here, I'm like, she'll finish top 10, but I don't think she'll be in the top 5.
We come over to America now, and you're just like, okay, goodbye, Silva. I have been hyping you up. I'm gonna leave you over there.
So
just because it's Worlds. It's Worlds. That's the only thing. That's Worlds.
Yeah, I almost put all Europe players in the top 5, but I was like, no, I can't do that. I'm like, it's Worlds. Big Money Missy's going to show up. Like, the normal players are going to show up and do their thing. I had Haley King at one point.
Yeah, she can do her thing too.
Okay,
yeah, she just needs to be on.
For my FPO, I have obviously Kristen Tatar for 1st. I have Silva for 2nd, because I don't know how she plays in America. Like you said, she's been killing it over a European, and I just want a good battle between the two of them. And so I'm hoping it happens at Worlds. And then I have Own, which like Kyle said earlier, she can easily take this whole thing and just do it or be 2nd. And then I have Big Money Missy Gannon. She has to be up in my top. And then I have Evelina, because Evelina can throw a disc far, and she's been doing better with her putts. So I had to put her up there. So my order is Tatar, Silva, Own, Gannon, and then Evelina. I debated, instead of Evelina, Rebecca Cox, because I've been putting her up there in my top 3, and she's been consistently up in the top 5. But then I was like, it is Worlds. I don't know how the pressure is going to be for her or anything like that. So I don't have her in my top 5, but she was the one person I did consider for my FPO.